From clarkwoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 185. I'm Chris.
And I'm Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, Chris.
Why are we recording on Monday? Did the Patriots lose another game that I was so hurt by the last one. Did they lose another one and so we couldn't record yesterday?
You're gonna give me shit right off the bat? Is that what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna pinch a loaf and give it right over to you. Like, yeah. Well, that's what taking a shit is, right? I'm gonna give you shit, so I'm gonna pinch a loaf, right? I'm gonna hand you the loaf. I'm gonna hand it wrapped up in a bun, like you would at Christmas time,
or freeze it and kill a dog with it.
Could you kill a dog with a loaf?
You don't remember the fucking story last week?
No, wait,
the Inuit man that fucking...
Oh, that's right.
Jesus.
There was a poop knife. I remember there's a poop knife.
Enough poop.
Okay. Yes, I am going to give you shit right off the bat.
Okay, so I had my physical. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that was the thing.
Oh, you needed a physical. So, and okay, it didn't go well?
No, it went fine, but
fine.
like
okay.
Now that I'm not having a physical for another like 2 years,
yeah,
I of course had some drinks.
Oh, so you're saying before the physical there was no drinking?
I did not drink from New Year's until last Thursday.
What are you doing to yourself, man?
It was very healthy.
I can imagine.
I lost weight. I mean, it's been a long time. I didn't lose as much weight as I wanted to.
Yeah,
which is just kind of disheartening because, like,
well, you're getting old.
It's like all I had to do was just cut out sugar from my diet and not drink alcohol for a month and a half.
Yeah, and
walk at least 30 minutes a day.
Right,
and I still didn't lose very much weight.
You're preaching to the choir.
And the people that that just can eat whatever the fuck they want and just whatever, like, fuck you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, just fuck you.
Fuck them up their skinny little asses.
Because, like, I've been really trying for a really fucking long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
trying to stave off the diabetes and trying to fucking lose a little bit of weight before the fucking wedding. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
I feel your pain. I remember before my wedding, I was trying to do the same thing. A couple years after the wedding, I managed to finally do it a little bit. And then I bounce right back, and it's endless fucking.
I mean, we have a gym membership, and we haven't gone. I think we've gone once since we fucking got it, but it's just like,
yeah. Well, gyms are hard. You gotta. I mean, unless it's a good. I had a gym membership when we first moved to Chelmsford, which I think I probably talked about on the show way back when. And the culture in that particular gym was not for me. Like, there was a lot of dudes lifting weights. And
you didn't want to be their beefcake friend.
Yeah, I didn't want to be their beef. I apparently was using the weight machines wrong, and they needed to tell me about it. So then I went back to just using the ellipticals and the runner thingies. But then I always felt creepy because I was the only dude over there using them amongst all the women who were over there using them, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and I gave up my gym membership after a year.
Which one did you go to?
The one that is. So it's in the center of town where
near the
old
library.
Marshall's was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's one on the other side of town. Well, not the other side of town. I guess that would be North Chelmsford if you're going to be on the other side of town.
Right. Not to get too local for you.
But I think there's one where once was the Chelmsford Mall.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there is. Mm-hmm.
And I think that one's better. And okay. I don't think it's super expensive either.
We got an elliptical machine for Christmas, and so we're although it's making a lot of fucking noise lately.
No, but the best way, like, the elliptical, you can do that till the cows come home. But like the best way to actually lose weight is to have some muscle mass on you, and best way to build muscle mass is to do some strength training.
Oh, I'm training my strength.
Well,
once a day.
You could do the Wii Fit and do the yoga or strength training exercises on there.
Like legit, the last time that I was in decent shape, I was using the Wii Fit pretty regularly, but I got sick of it. And also when we moved, we set up my.
Didn't get batteries for the.
No. We set up my mom's. We set up my mom's Wii because it's my mom's house. we set that up as the primary Wii in the house in the family room. And that meant that when I installed Wii Fit and I decided to go back to it, I had to start all the fuck over again. And like to achieve all the goddamn achievements for like the skateboarding game. Like, I love the skateboarding game, but now apparently I cannot fucking pass whatever goddamn level it is to get to the open skateboarding thing where you can just go for like 10 minutes and do as many tricks to your heart's content. No, I have to try and fucking beat a fucking level again, and
maybe the board isn't calibrated right.
No, it's just that I am not as coordinated as I was like 4 or 5 years ago.
The whole point about like getting better balance in that game is so you could get better at doing those things.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that they make it ridiculously hard to get past a certain level in that thing, and unless you get past a certain level, and I'm not talking about just the fucking skateboard part of it. It's like every fucking game in that game, every little mini game in that game.
I never played any of the games when I did it.
Okay.
Like, I only did like the strength training exercise.
The strength training and stuff and yoga stuff is boring as fuck.
It's not supposed to be super.
That's why I don't like exercise. It's boring as fuck. I can't. That's
then
why
listen to. Will you watch a fucking movie? Or
I can't do that when I'm doing the strength training.
Yes, you can. You can get your fucking iPad out.
Oh my gosh, I don't have an iPad anymore.
Why?
I gave it to my wife when I got a laptop.
My wife, Eleanor. Well, then use the laptop.
I suppose I could do that, but I want to watch something on the big screen and get on my elliptical. I'm watching The Punisher.
All right, well, I'm just saying, Chris, and I need to do it too, is to fucking do some strength training.
Get yourself strong there.
And get some beefy arms and
and
a six-pack, and then, all the things like, when you burn energy with all that extra muscle.
Right.
Like you're gonna burn more energy, and then you'll lose more weight for doing the same exact things.
My therapist, ages and ages ago, she was a runner, and she didn't do any kinds of and we talked about this.
And I'm sure she probably had a fucking amazing metabolism too.
She did not do any sort of strength training or anything. Maybe she did yoga, but
which is strength training.
Okay, but she wasn't lifting any fucking weights.
Yes, but with yoga you use your body as the weight.
Okay. I like the idea of yoga. I like the principles of yoga. I would like to try that, but I don't have any fucking time because I have to run for or I have to elliptical for 30 minutes a fucking day.
You don't have to do that every day. You could switch it off every other day.
How am I gonna get my watch to be like, hey, you're doing good if I'm fucking just standing still and making poses? Like No.
Like this is one of those instances where someone needs to write in and say how incredibly wrong you are.
Nobody needs to do that because they need to write in and talk to me about how incredibly right I am.
No.
That strength training and yoga is fucking boring and it's for hosers. And
what Canadians are listening now?
It's like Kevin Smith says, it's just yoga hosers,
That movie was fucking terrible.
It was fucking terrible, but that's where I got the idea from. Yoga's for hosers. No, that's not true. I know plenty of people who do yoga, including my brother. I think it's one of the main ways in which he does.
And he's skinny as a goddamn rail. So
he is,
but he doesn't eat anything. So
right, and he does yoga. Maybe I'm missing out. I don't know. But then if I'm doing fucking yoga, I have to watch somebody doing yoga instead of watching The Punisher. Like Punisher's not. Frank Castle's not doing no fucking yoga.
Well, you could get some goddamn weights and do something.
I don't want any weights. I don't fuck weights. I don't
Chris,
want to be.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, you want like you're depending on your watch to know how much fitness you're getting.
Yes,
that's like if you have more muscle on your watch doesn't know how much muscle is on your body.
No.
So if you build up your muscles.
Yes.
You burn more energy, regardless of what your fucking watch says.
I don't care. My watch is my pal.
All right, whatever.
No, I honestly, my watch. If I was doing, if I'm being an asshole.
Yes, very much so.
If I were doing weight training or yoga or anything like that, and my heart rate elevated, my watch would count that as stuff. It's about an elevated heart rate. That's all it's about.
which does not equate to fitness.
Well, I don't want to. I made a decision at some point. Look, I'm doing.
You can get an elevated heart rate like watching a fucking scary movie.
I'm glad you went there instead of where our podcast would usually go.
I'm just.
I made a decision. I want to stay fit. I want to do something to keep my body active, but I do not want to be the guy that does sit-ups and push-ups and lifts weights. I don't. That's not me. That stuff bores the shit out of me.
All
so
right.
I'm gonna do the stuff.
You keep on saying it's boring, but like if you do those things in like off the bat.
Yeah.
You don't have to do as much of the other things that you...
But I like doing the other things. I like getting on the elliptical for 30 minutes a day, and I like walking for an hour a day. I like doing those things.
Okay, well, like walking for an hour a day, that's fine because you're out in the fresh air, but like on the elliptical, it's like... I mean, when I used to go to the gym, I used to just do the elliptical, and it was fucking... It was worthless. Like, I like hardly lost any weight, even though I was doing it for like an hour at a time every day.
I've lost weight. Not a lot, but I've lost weight.
So I need to take my own goddamn advice and go and do some goddamn strength training.
You gotta lift up this TV here.
I did. I was lifting heavy shit yesterday.
Just like
when Becky got home.
Do curls or whatever. Like lift up the TV. Just like up and down, up and down.
Yeah, she brought in some air conditioners that her friend was getting rid of, and they were like the big ones.
Okay.
Not like the window units, like the ones that you have like the tubes you stick.
Oh yeah, we have those in our house.
Yeah, well, it was pretty fucking heavy.
They are, especially if it's an older one.
They looked rather new, but
yeah. Well, even just a couple years old. I think the one we've got two in the house, three, and the newer ones are slightly less heavy than the one that's just a few years older than that. So,
well, that's cool.
That is cool. You should lift the air conditioners.
So, like, I had, I didn't necessarily have so much to drink on Saturday that I was incredibly intoxicated.
Okay.
But since I haven't been drinking for a month and a half, like my body's like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You're hungover. You like really badly.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm older. Like every time
you are getting to be an old man.
Every time I drink now, I can't recover like I used to.
Yeah.
Not that I was incredible at recovering when I was in my 20s.
Right.
But now it's just fuck.
So is it worth it, Steve? Is it
It's not. It's really not, but I will probably continue to do it.
That's where my wife and her teetotaling religion would come in and be like, look, does it feel good afterwards? It doesn't feel good afterwards.
No, but it feels good during.
Yes.
And I like, I like most people, I like a nice instant gratification.
I like a nice instant gratification too. That's why I like simple video games that let me skateboard on the fucking path that I want to skateboard and not make me earn all the fucking points over again. Also, none of this would be an issue if Nintendo could figure out how to do fucking online accounts, right? Am I right? Like
the online accounts are much better, like a la the Switch. So if you or the Wii U, if you had gotten that,
I'm not getting either one of them. My family doesn't want to have an arcade machine in our house. I mean, a video game machine in our house.
You get a mommy
emulator.
How the fuck are they called MAME?
Mommy.
I don't know how to pronounce these things. I see these words.
It's MAME, but
I see these words on the internet.
I think there was twice in the last few months. My favorite podcast, Do by Friday, has done similarly themed challenges. Do by Friday is a challenge podcast. It's mostly three people talking, but they organized around a challenge. And once it was they had to play a dating simulator. And most recently they had to play, they had to download an app called, I don't know what the fuck it was, which was basically a AI on your phone. And it tried to, like an AI chatbot on your phone. But I'm just sitting here and thinking, if we invented Mommy Emulator, I think we could definitely put that out there on the App Store and make a fair bit of change.
I'm sure it's something already exists, Chris. We don't need to like start making apps.
Get
rich quick schemes. I think we're above that.
I think you're probably right. I think we probably just don't have time to do it. But I think somebody out there listening to this should create a mommy emulator, and I will.
Well, if Paul still listens, maybe he'll be like,
I will buy that shit
from Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess you know what though. I have a mommy. I live upstairs from my mommy. I guess I don't need a mommy anymore.
Stop calling her mommy.
Okay, so you drank. You didn't recover that well.
Yeah.
So
and I was sort of just like most of the way through the day. I was just like. And I don't think I would have done a very good show. Not that this has been a very particularly good show.
Hey!
We've just been yelling at each other.
Well, yelling at each other is good every once in a while. We don't argue a lot. We usually argue with the audience or we argue with the world. And, every once in a while it's good for us to argue with each other.
Right.
Lets us know that the relationship is healthy and strong.
Right. I'm going to take my anger and just channel it towards the thing that I was angry at earlier today.
Oh, okay.
Or the corporation that I was angry at earlier. So it's February, and it's around the time where people usually get their W-2s.
Yep.
And get ready to do their taxes.
Already done mine.
All right. Did you do it online or? Okay. Well, that's good. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do the house crap anymore.
No.
It makes it a lot easier.
I have a small business. That's the most complicated part. A small business that don't make any money. Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes money, but it loses money.
So it's a wash?
It's a loss. Okay. Yeah, I operate at a loss right now.
Okay. Well, we just got a donation. So.
Well, I'm not saying that as when you're bootstrapping a fucking okay, first of all, public. I don't want to get. We're getting too far off topic. One might say horribly so. But I'm not looking for handouts or whatever or begging for money here. What I'm saying is, if you're going to get into publishing, you're going to lose a lot of money. And if you're going to be a small business and try to, you're going to lose a lot of money the first few years. So it's not unheard of that I should have a business operating at a loss.
Okay. Well, it's not the podcast that's bringing you under, is it?
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
The podcast just costs me an hour or so of my time every week, Steve, and I am glad to give that to you. Is it
precious?
It's one might say that it's precious.
This time that we have together?
One might say that in the voice of Gollum, that it would be precious to me.
I don't know if that's good.
Andy Serkis, get up in here and call this art my precious time. This is my precious time.
Okay. So yeah, I called.
So you gotten your W-2s?
Yes, we got all our stuff, but we just bought the house, and there's some stuff that we don't necessarily want to go alone. Mm-hmm. And so we're gonna get our taxes done by a professional. Mm-hmm. Professional.
Oh, there were air quotes there.
There was the second time I said it, I put the air quotes. Mm-hmm. So I called the local branch of H&R Block.
Oh,
because I've gotten my taxes done there before. Mm-hmm. Like there was when I had moved back from when I was younger, I used to do it. Did you ever do the telefile?
I think I did.
You used to call on the phone.
Yep.
And you would just punch in on your touch tone phone.
Yep.
The numbers for your fucking W-2s.
Yep.
And then like a fucking 2 weeks later, you get your fucking return.
Yeah. Yep.
And since I didn't make any money, and I think my dad still was able to claim me when I was going to college. Right. It wasn't like it took very long.
Yeah. No. But you still had to do it.
Yeah. Then I did it, and I did it on the phone, and it worked.
Yeah.
And then there was after that, I would do it online, TurboTax mostly.
Yeah.
But the years that I had a tax prep specialist, and I went to H&R Block when I moved back from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And the year when I lived part of the year in Massachusetts and part in New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was the other way around. When I was like half in New Hampshire and half in Massachusetts
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that because like when you're living in Massachusetts and working in New Hampshire, you're still paying Massachusetts tax.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're living in Massachusetts and
When you're living in New Hampshire and working in Massachusetts.
yeah. But when you're living in New Hampshire and working in New Hampshire, you're not paying income tax.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's just
it's confusing to live in the particular area that we do, especially when you might work on either side of the border.
So yeah, those
Or
years
live on either side of the
those years when I was either living in New Hampshire and whatever, I did get help on those years as well, just in case, because there was a little bit of a complication with it because an out of state resident, like someone who worked or lives in New Hampshire, pays not exactly the same amount of tax.
Right. There's like a complicated percentage that gets involved. You have to fill out a special Massachusetts tax form. The last year that I owned my house, we were part-year residents, but we were also non-residents for a part of the year. I don't know. It was.
Did you get help that year?
No. I did it myself, and I screwed something up.
But
but not in any major way that
would cause an audit.
Yeah, that would cause an audit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't imagine you would take anything beyond like the standard deduction. Well, you have children, so it's kind of different.
No, I think what happened, it was either that year or the next year there was confusion about. No, it was that year. It wasn't even that I screwed anything up. It was that there was confusion about whether or not we were going to owe a penalty for not having health insurance for Stephanie and I. Because we didn't have health insurance for us. We had health insurance for the kids through the state, first in New Hampshire and then in Massachusetts. Neither of us were carrying health insurance because we couldn't afford it. And we always, with the Obamacare penalty, we never paid that because we made under a certain amount of money. But once we were Massachusetts, they don't fucking care how much money you're making.
You have to have insurance.
You have to have insurance. And there was a disagreement between me and like every tax person I spoke to at the DLR, Department of Revenue in Massachusetts, about whether or not we were going to owe money. And so it took 4, 5, maybe even 6 months. And finally, they gave me exactly the check for exactly the amount that I calculated it for, because it was determined that we did not owe any penalty that year. Next year, we did have to pay a penalty. And then we finally got insurance. So,
hooray!
Yeah.
But yeah, so I call them up. I called them up today.
Mm-hmm. H&R Block.
H&R Block, and I to make an appointment. And so I was trying to think, and I was talking to Becky beforehand. And I'm like, how about Friday? Mm-hmm. So I call, and they're like, yeah, sure, we could get you in either Friday at 6 or 7. I'm like, let's just do 6, because like Becky and I originally talked about 7, but then I'm like, oh, let's do 6 so we get it done earlier.
Morning or evening?
Evening.
Okay.
So we get it done earlier, then we can go grab a bite to eat afterwards.
Right.
So I we did that real quick. Sat at my desk, got a phone call, not maybe half an hour to an hour later.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Stephen. You are late for your 3 o'clock appointment here at H&R Block.
What the fuck?
And I said, what? And so I called them back, and I said, yeah, I just got a call saying that I was late for my appointment that I didn't make today for a time that does not match the time that I made the appointment for the other day. And I eventually, the guy's like, oh, let me see. Or do you want to come in on Tuesday? And I'm like, no, I want to come in on Friday, the day that I made the appointment for.
Oh, and what did he say?
And he said, well, this you're going to be working with Jean, and she's not here on Friday. And I'm like, I don't know who Jean is.
Jesus Christ.
Why would I care if I was working with her? Why don't just have me have an appointment on Friday?
And then make this Phil on Friday? Can I please can you get Phil over here?
So I say, you know what? No, thank you.
Yeah.
Please cancel my appointment, because if you guys can't figure out how to schedule me to make an appointment.
Right.
How the hell are you going to do my taxes right?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to ask that, but I'm glad you asked that.
And there he was like, I'm very sorry, sir. And then, so I'm like, okay, it's done with. I found there was somebody that sent out a mailer. I will refrain from using his name until after we get our taxes done.
Right, in case it's
and
bad.
if he's a really, good guy, does a good job, stand up, I will definitely give him a free plug on the show.
Right.
But I will wait until that happens.
What's that, CPA?
Local CPA does. He apparently doesn't charge too much, and
Yeah.
local reviews have been
Right.
pretty glowing. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be better than H&R Block. But so while I'm on the way on the train home, or on the train to the commuter rail home, I get a text from H&R Block.
Oh boy.
Steven, just texting you to confirm your 5 o'clock appointment for today.
What the actual? How does? Oh my god! How I just.
I text back, I canceled this appointment because, it's hard to say I canceled it because I never fucking made the appointment. And then I said, I put the stop thing, and then I called them back.
Yeah.
When I got to Porter Square, and I was kind of walking around the train platform, and I had like full bars, but like when I was on the phone with them, it was like cutting in and out, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, you're picking. It's good that you're getting the CPA. You know?
So I get on the phone with them again, and I'm like, yeah, I just got a text message about an appointment that I never made that I'm not going to come to because I didn't make it. And then I asked them, do you have anything in your system for me at this time? And they're like, we don't even have you in our system. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I decide, after this great experience I've had with H&R Block, I decided to call their customer service.
Yeah.
And at this point, I am talking in about the tone that I'm talking in now.
Okay.
Which is a little bit heated. And I eventually, after several prompts, I get to a real person.
Right.
And I try to explain it to her. I never used a curse word. I may have had an elevated tone.
Right.
But I didn't curse. I was explaining, the situation. And I was just saying that, one of the places that, in your company is
kind of screwing the pooch.
Yeah, like pretty bad. And I basically said, you have lost my business forever. Like, I will never go back to your company, and I will encourage everybody out there to if you can, do your taxes yourself using like a TurboTax or something.
Yeah.
Or find a CPA that's local, that's a real person that doesn't work for a fucking giant corporation that's full of fucking idiots that can't schedule a fucking appointment. Instead of going to H&R Block, never go there.
Yeah,
everybody out there, like I had, not great experiences with them in the past, but not bad experiences.
You certainly never came on the podcast before to
scream about it. So I with my raised tone, like explain the situation in a manner that said, I think I used Bill Burr's method of saying this is unacceptable and unprofessional. And as I finish speaking, I hear click, and I am automatically routed to a survey. They just fucking hung up on me.
They hung up on you and sent you to the survey. Oh my God. Which,
I'm like, well, if I'm here, I gave like every possible bad, like the worst, like, from between 0 and 10.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense, because how am I supposed to dial in 10 without hitting 1 first?
Right. Yep. Okay.
So I'm assuming they just knew I was going to enter 0.
Yeah. Well,
like, if you're going to do like a scale, do 1 to 5.
Right. Not
fucking 1 to 10.
How? Yeah.
if you hit 1, do you have to just wait a really long time for them to know that you hit 1? So I did 0, and then like if it was like, from a scale from 1 to like there was another one like if you've had a good experience, hit 0 or 1, or bad experience, hit 0, and I'm like, ugh, it was stupid. And like, is there anything that would have made this call better? And I'm like, if I wasn't hung up on.
They gave you the chance to record, record. Okay, yeah. And now they're going to now they're going to set up an appointment for tomorrow.
They better not fucking do it.
Steven, you're late for your appointment to talk about how we screwed the pooch.
So, corporate America, if you are listening, stop being so fucking shitty. Like, seriously. If I in my job was that bad, and screwed up that bad, like just on a random day, like I don't think I'd have a job anymore.
Unless you lived in Washington D.C.
Ugh, stop.
Oh, sorry, worked in Washington D.C.
Stop it, Chris. We're not getting political.
Particular there. I know what'll cheer you up, Steve.
What's that?
I already showed it to you, but I'm going to have you relive it in your mind's eye. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to remember right before the show that I showed you a video, and I want you to tell me what that video was of, Steve. And by remembering this video, you're going to put yourself in a better mood. What was the video I showed you?
All right, it was a little pony. Mm-hmm. And on top of the pony was a Welsh corgi.
A Welsh corgi.
And it was just sitting on the pony. And then like the I don't know if it was the owner of the dog or the pony made the noise. Yeah. And then the pony just kind of took off with the corgi with the dog riding it.
So I happen to have the article up here. Let me see.
Oh, there's an article attached to it.
It's only a couple of paragraphs. It's basically just enough paragraphs to justify, encoding the video. Missouri woman finds neighbor's dog riding pony. This comes to us from
riding her pony, or
Bolivar, Missouri.
Was the dog also singing Genuine?
Wait, what?
Ride
my pony.
Yeah, ride it, my pony.
I don't remember.
It's more funny when I don't sing the song.
All right. This Dateline, February 6th, 2018. A dog riding
a fucking week ago. This is old news.
It's better than fake news.
Stop.
A dog riding a one-eyed pony into the night.
One-eyed pony?
Yes.
I didn't see the front of the pony.
I didn't remember this part because I didn't see the front of it either. A dog riding a one-eyed pony into the night is surely a spectacle that needs video proof. A Missouri woman made sure to get exactly that. The Springfield News Leader reports that Callie Schenker pulled into her driveway Thursday to the sight of her neighbor's corgi sitting on her horse, Cricket. She recorded a 15-second video of the pony trotting away into the darkness as the canine sits atop, looking at the camera. The 22-year-old posted the video on Facebook with the message, "I can't make this stuff up!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So we
Did you really need to say each exclamation point?
Well, there were 3 of them. I thought it was important that you know how excited she was.
You could have just backed up from the
I can't make this stuff up! Is it
Did
like
you
that?
Say, no, you got to back up even more. It's like, I can't make this shit up!
So we pull back into our driveway tonight, and this is what we see. This is not our dog, but apparently him and Cricket, the one-eyed wonder pony, are best friends. The video has received 5.3 million views as of Tuesday morning.
5.3 billion?
Million.
Oh.
5.3 million views
nothing.
As of Tuesday morning. Schenker says the corgi's owners are.
I want to see Gangnam Style fucking numbers before we talk about another fucking YouTube video.
Here's the kicker that I did not remember from reading this article before. Schenker says the corgi's owners are Mennonites who avoid going online, so they likely don't know their dog is gaining internet fame. It's a Mennonite corgi. The corgi might think that it's lost its soul.
How do you get a family name like Schenker?
Schenker? I'm saying it right. Schenker, right? Schenker.
Dude, it's because they're really good at stabbing people in the shower in prison?
I guess so, maybe. I mean, it's...
We've been watching a lot of Orange is the New Black, so...
Oh, but how do they stab each other? It's all women.
It's not with penises.
That was a penetration joke. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I'm talking about actual, shaved down...
But they do fuck each other a lot in that show, don't they?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of box munching. As it's colloquially.
Laura Prepon is on that show, right?
Postpon.
Postpon. Postpon. Prepon or postpon?
Sometimes I just say a fucking thing that makes me laugh. I don't care if any of you liked it. I liked it.
I tried watching that show. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of it, and I thought it was good. I didn't want to stick with it. Should I have stuck with it?
It's okay. But it's one of those shows that like almost every season ends with a fucking cliffhanger.
Okay.
And I've got enough like weekly cliffhangers with One Piece that I don't know if I despise like. I think we talked about this the last time the show was on. I just don't guess what? Unless it's completely bullshit and it's not interesting, I'm gonna continue to watch the show.
Yeah.
You don't need to fucking end it on a crazy cliffhanger.
But
you may not fucking watch it in season 5. Ugh, shut up. I just want to for shows like this, I just want it to be over. I want her to be out of prison, and then for the reform.
She's
to
still
happen.
in prison?
Why the fuck would they?
Maybe she got out and she had to go back in or some shit.
She did. She was this one episode. She got furlough and she got to
go fuck Jason Biggs.
I don't know if she fucked Jason Biggs. I don't remember because Becky's been watching it and I'll watch it with her, but she's not. She's not stopping watching it when we're doing the podcast right now.
Got it. Okay. So we don't. Maybe she fucked Jason.
I don't think she might have, but Jason Biggs was fucking her friend or whatever. And
fucking Jason Biggs, man.
First he fucks a pie, then he fucks Shonda Schilling's. What is her fucking name?
I don't know.
Taylor Schilling.
Taylor Schilling.
Okay, she fucks her friend that just had the baby.
Fucking Jason Biggs, man. He needs to go on another American Reunion or some such shit.
No. I don't understand. I think there was some issue with him on Orange is the New Black that he didn't want to do it anymore. I'm like, why would you not want to do a show that's really popular? Would you rather do another fucking American Reunion?
A show that got you to be known for something other than fucking a pie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why, Jason Biggs? Why?
You just really like hanging out with Tara Reid? Oh my god.
Did you see well, I'm thinking of this because Tara Reid is another person who sort of flamed out there, but there's a project, it seems like it's a project by some PR firm to bring Lindsay Lohan back into
I thought she was dead.
She did a Vanity Fair interview or something. I don't know. I'm glad for her. I have made fun of her probably on this podcast. I've definitely made fun of her on my website. But I liked some of her early work. I like Mean Girls.
Like Herbie the Love Bug.
I liked The Parent Trap and I liked Mean Girls.
Mean Girls was a Tina Fey vehicle, so yeah. I think that's why a lot of people liked that. And I think that people liked it despite having what's her butt in it.
Having Lindsay Lohan in it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I think she's a big part of it. I'm just gonna say. But anyway, so there's a project underway to get the public to forgive Lindsay Lohan and kind of embrace her back into things. And she did a video recently where she...
What did she do that made everybody not...
I don't know. She did a lot of drugs and had a lot of plastic surgery and didn't... I don't know. Society fucking sucks, especially...
Well, you're the one that's giving her shit. I'm the one that didn't give a shit.
I know. I feel bad.
But I didn't really care for her in the first place.
I feel bad for having given her shit on my website once upon a time. But
you had a website called Once Upon a Time? I think Disney's going to sue you.
They might. I bet you my website was better quality than their fucking show.
Oh! Shots fired!
I'm just kidding.
Look out, Disney. Chris is gunning for you.
That show sucks you fucking back in, I'm just going to say, because my wife said, like a season ago, she said, I'm done. This is stupid. I'm not watching it anymore. And then my mother mentioned it once, and my wife was like, all right, I got to rewatch all of it. So she rewatched
all of it?
She rewatched the entire fucking series and then watched the 10 episodes that came out in the fall. So now she's all primed for whenever it fucking comes back on the air.
That was Becky's guilty pleasure. And I would watch it, and I would there are not enough I'd imagine my eyes would have rolled out of my head if I had stayed in the room to watch that fucking show, because I'm like, and so she couldn't really watch it when I was around.
Yeah,
because I would just ruin it for her.
Stephanie watches a lot of shows,
which isn't very hard.
I can't be in the room for pretty much any TV show. Any half-hour show, forget it. I tried watching AP Bio yesterday, and I fucking wanted to throw the remote at the TV. It had Patton Oswalt in it. Fucking slam dunk. Nope. I was like, I got 5 minutes in. I was like, this is fucking stupid, and I
Was it just the writing?
Yeah, as part of it was the writing. The character's reprehensible, and
well, you don't like that.
Yeah,
So you never really dug It's Always Sunny then, because every single character in that show there's nothing redeeming.
Yeah, no,
about
I don't know if I ever tried to watch it, so I can't speak to It's Always Sunny.
All right, well, try that. I tried, try that first before you go to Glenn Howerton's new vehicle.
I tried what the fuck was it? Arrested Development, and I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch that one for similar. I think one of the things I did recently was not after AP Bio. It was after something else. Oh, I was trying to watch Silicon Valley. So I got 2 episodes into Silicon Valley, and I was like, this is not worth my fucking time. And I went through my Netflix and my Hulu and my HBO Now, and I deleted every single half-hour show that I had in my queue, because I was like, I'm not meant for sitcoms. They fucking annoy me, because there's no story progression. It's just fucking tired, goddamn dumb jokes for half an hour. And I'm just expected to sit there and waste hours and hours and hours of my day watching them tell their dumb fucking jokes to amuse themselves.
Some people like jokes, Chris. And some people, Arrested Development isn't necessarily a joke-driven show. It's more of well,
there's always money in the banana stand.
Look at these horrible people and just making every wrong decision they could ever make. Right. And I understand where other John, not your brother John, other John, not your friend John, but another John.
Other John.
He can only he likes the shows to a certain extent, but he can only stomach them for a certain amount of time. He can't really binge them, because he gets too uncomfortable in certain especially a Curb Your Enthusiasm. He can only watch 1 or 2 episodes of that without going completely bonkers.
Yeah, and the thing is that there are some shows where I can understand why other people like them, and they just aren't for me. Curb, I think I watched 1 episode. I definitely probably felt the same way that John did. I could if I had time to watch it 1 episode at a time over years, maybe I could do it. But Arrested Development, I felt the same way. I was like, this isn't for me, but I understand why people dig it. I don't understand why people dig Seinfeld, but that's
Seinfeld is Curb Your Enthusiasm, only not dirty.
Right.
Larry David is Costanza. Everything that George does in that show are things that Larry David would have done and said.
Now, as we've talked about before, I fully expect somebody has already started typing an email about this. They say, but Chris, you said your favorite sitcom of all time is Friends. Yes, I know. It is the epitome of dumb comedy.
In fact, it's not even.
It's not even. But it's not trying to be anything other than what it is, which is a fucking dumb 22 minutes. And I happen to like the characters, and it's a nostalgia thing.
So what you need is a funny show with likable characters.
Yes, I guess. But see, Stephanie watches plenty of funny, theoretically funny shows on Netflix or Hulu or whatever that that have likable characters, and I hate every single one of them. Like I just can't stand.
See, I think it's better to have a character that's not likable and then have that character try to like redeem themselves in a way.
I don't want them to redeem themselves either. Like that's what I got the feeling from the AP bio thing, was that eventually like this guy was going to be, and he introduces himself by saying, I'm not, I'm not going to be the teacher with the heart of gold or the this or the that or what. Like he's trying to say he's not going to be any of these fucking cliches.
He might not be like,
and he might not be, but it just felt like it's either going to go that way or it's just going to be one note repetitive, him one-upping or pulling shit over on Patton Oswalt for, episode after episode. I just... Give me the Punisher, man. I'm watching the Punisher and I'm enjoying it.
Try The Good Place.
The Good Place. I deleted that one from my queue because it's half an hour.
It's so fucking good.
I know. I like what's her name, Kristen Bell, right?
She's fantastic.
Yeah. That is probably the only one that I could be persuaded to try.
Try. It's not like the first season is not very long. I think it's only maybe 10 to 12. Because
I really wanted to watch that one. I'd heard such good things, and
I really liked it a lot. Yeah. And like the end of the first season, I was like, what? So
I feel like maybe. I mean. It's not like Friends is the only one I've liked. I liked Scrubs, right? Which, maybe...
Because the characters are likable?
I liked Scrubs. I liked the early seasons of Scrubs because of the way music played into it and JD's monologuing over... or not monologuing, but narrating. I thought it was funny. I liked the characters.
All right, so like I need
to, and not all of those characters are likable.
Yeah, the janitor's a fucking asshole.
But the unlikable characters, I liked the way in which they were unlikable or something. I don't know.
They weren't completely ripped. I get it, you know, but I like characters that are incredibly imperfect and in most circumstances are just garbage people.
Well, I mean, I just told you I'm watching The Punisher, and all those people are fucking imperfect.
Yeah, but this isn't something that's supposed to be funny.
No, but it's not.
But in drama, you like people to be garbage people. But in comedy, they have to be nice.
They have to be nice. Yeah, if I'm going to watch a comedy, it's because I want to laugh and I want to feel good.
Okay.
That's kind of I think you might have just hit the nail on the head, Steve. What do I owe you for being my shrink for the for the day?
I charge $150 an hour.
Okay.
He's the one that called Dr. Feelgood.
He's the one that make you feel all right. Have you watched what was the last Marvel Netflix-y thing that you watched?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Okay. Is that the only one that you watched? Okay. Did you? I mean, and I can't remember. Did you like that one enough that when the next season of that comes out, you'll watch it?
If Kilgrove isn't in there, maybe. I don't know. If Becky wants to watch it, I'll watch it with her. But like,
yeah, it wasn't your
like when the guy the one with the guy that
Luke Cage.
Yeah, when Luke Cage came out, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
And Daredevil, everybody says it's great. I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I like Daredevil. I did not love Luke Cage or Iron Fist. I did not love, but I liked better than Luke Cage and Iron Fist, The Defenders, and Jessica Jones is on a different level. Jessica Jones is, I mean, it's still, all of those shows are too fucking long. They should all be like 8 episodes instead of 13.
But it's Netflix. They want to. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I
mean, Defenders was only 8 or 10. That was part of the reason I liked it better. And it's not like Jessica Jones could have been like 11. Like, I don't know. It felt like they had just a little bit too much padding, where some of the other ones have way too much padding. And I've heard the same thing about The Punisher. So I'm waiting for that moment when I'm starting to feel like, ugh. But I didn't like The Punisher I was never a huge Punisher fan of the comics. But I like John Bernthal, who plays. He was on The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah, he was that guy.
I never watched The Walking Dead, so
I don't remember.
So,
He was the guy that was sleeping with Rick's wife when they thought Rick was dead. Then Rick wasn't dead.
Like so towards the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he dies. Yeah. Spoilers.
Well, he has to go off and be the Punisher.
Yeah.
He was, what I think is very interesting. To nobody but me. He and Tom Holland, the guy who became the new Spider-Man, were in a movie together, and they were both auditioning at the same time. Tom Holland was auditioning for Spider-Man, and Bernthal was auditioning to be the Punisher on Daredevil season 2.
Holy crap!
They would help each other with their audition tapes, and it was
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Oh, we're almost done. We're
cool.
Almost done. I gotta say that.
What happened?
No. I was sitting here thinking about I should talk about the fact that I'm revising a play that I'm going to pitch at the Players Ring a week from tonight. If I can get it done, the revision done, that is. But also, my wife does not listen to this podcast, but I don't think I should go without saying that on Friday,
this coming Friday.
Oh
yeah, by the way, our the appointment that we made with the CPA is on Wednesday.
Oh, that's a fun Wednesday. For those of you who are not good at math, is Valentine's Day.
So when I said Wednesday at 6:15, and she's like, "Wow, so romantic."
Well, I think I have rehearsal that day for The Mercy Seat, the play that I'm doing at the Ring, which is about adultery.
Ooh.
So that's great.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Becky, because I brought her up because she thought of my awesome Valentine's tax prepreration. She was in a pinball tournament.
Oh my gosh! Yes. That is.
Almost forgot to talk about it.
We didn't talk about that yet.
It was her first tournament, and I think she had a little couple of jitters out of the gate, but I think she as she played so. You got matched up to people with around your scores. You got the original pairings. Yeah. Which she was with some people that were really good. Oh. And so, but then you don't just lose and stop playing. So
it's not single elimination.
So you basically got paired up with people that got around the score that you did. Okay. And then so as the evening went along, she got progressively better because she was getting a little bit more practice in, and she was doing she didn't end up in the top 8, but she crawled up and finished in a respectable.
It's pretty cool for first time. I would anything above the bottom on the first time would impress me.
And she was not on the bottom. She did. I think she did pretty good.
Cool.
She was all like, but I thought she did good. And by the end of it, we were basically watching the finals, and one of the people in the finals, she came all the way from Portland, Oregon.
Oh Jesus!
And she is 203rd in the world, as far as the IFPA ranking.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Which in comparison, I am 7,100th ish. Okay. So she is. Puts
that in perspective.
She is leaps and bounds better than I am.
Yeah.
And she unsurprisingly won.
Unsurprisingly, if you're going to travel all the way from Portland, I don't think
she came here for this specific tournament. I think she might have. I think she was from here.
Oh, okay.
And then she lives out in Portland, but I think she was visiting family, and it just was fortuitous for her to
sneak a tournament in there while she was home.
Right. A ladies only tournament.
Oh, okay. So that was.
That's why I wasn't competing.
That's what I wanted to ask. So ladies first.
Yes.
As
ladies only,
as Queen Latifah used to say. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she did. She and Moni Love had ladies first.
But maybe Becky will join the league next year, and she can get some more practice in and take me to school. She's pretty good at a couple of things that I'm not good at. She can live catch a lot better than I can. Like, and I'm like,
what's a live catch?
So basically, when the ball's coming down, like maybe around a loop, you basically flip the flipper right as the ball's about to hit, and it basically deadens all the momentum and basically stops on the flipper. Oh, okay. So she's got a knack for doing that, which is good. I mean, like, because if you can do that, it helps you get control, right? And which
I think if I'm understanding it, that's what I try to do a lot, and I'm not great at it.
So yeah, a lot of times you'll do it, and it'll go flying right back the way it came, and probably hit a post and then go right down the middle. Right. Yeah. So, but if you can live catch, you can get control and figure out what you need to shoot, and then try to do that. And so, a lot of times when I get a trap and I'm ready to shoot something, it's like, that's the thing I need to shoot. Let me just do that. Oh, I missed. Fuck, I died, or I lost the ball or whatever, and I died apparently.
And you died.
I had a heart attack while I was playing pinball.
Yeah, I've never been. The last few ever since we've done the show, whenever I go to an arcade, I play more pinball than I ever have in my life
because of me.
Yeah, because you've got me thinking about it, and so I try it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not any better at this than I was when I.
You just need to go to you need to. I mean, if you join the league or like tried out the league at the beginning of the next season or something like that. Yeah. I think there's one up in Nashua that would be closer to you than the places that I go. Yeah. Or if you're at work on Tuesday, you could go to Flat Tops.
I'm trying to think what my schedule is next. No, I'm not. I don't know.
But the place up in Nashua, like I imagine all the machines are on free play, and they just give them a certain amount of bucks, and then you play, and then you can play as many times as you want. Yeah, and then get some practice in, so you don't have to worry about like draining your wallet.
My wallet likes to be drained. Which I don't know.
Plus, like the places you've played, like if you go to fucking Fun World, like you did, all those machines are like not great. They do not take care of the machines there.
Yeah, no, I've done Fun World and Fun Spot are the places that
Fun Spot is better, but like the places that do the leagues are like they're very meticulous with all of it, because
that's their thing.
It's their hobby, and they're also making a little bit of money on it by having the league there, which I imagine it's. With the amount of maintenance they might have to do the machine, they're not making a shit ton.
Yeah, no, probably not.
But yeah, sorry, you were talking about your play.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one of the things. I'm pitching a play. That wasn't what I wanted to bring up.
Now, for longtime listeners of the show, is this the same play that you already pitched twice and they already rejected twice?
No, it's a play that I pitched once and got rejected. Okay. And I'm completely rewriting it. I've been thinking about. I've been doing a lot of the rewriting in my head over the last 2 years, because I didn't pitch anything last year, and I got the inside scoop. Is that at least a little birdie told me that a lot of people who are the regulars there, who are sort of they just, because they always pitch good stuff and they always have a good talented cast of people assembled, a lot of them are not pitching anything this year.
So you're going to try to get in through process of elimination.
I might stand a good chance this time. You never know. New blood. Except I'm old blood. I'm kind of old.
But so are you taking? Did they give you critiques?
They did not give me any notes. I think starting last year, when I was on the committee, they started handing over notes to people. So hopefully this year, if they reject me, I'll get notes. Okay. But in prior years, there were no notes. It was just you actually never heard anything. You just sort of waited, and then you'd find out, everybody else who's in has already learned, and that must mean.
Well, that's dumb, because if it's the same people every year that you're going to have to talk to about what they want for a play.
It's not the same people every year. To keep things fresh, they change the reading committee every year. Okay, so there's a couple of standbys, but the others 6 or 8.
But if these are people that are also artists, then their opinion might mean something to you.
Oh yeah, I would love to get the notes, even if the notes from this year wouldn't necessarily help me with the people next year. It would at least be somebody giving me notes on something that I'd written, and
so you can get some sort of constructive criticism, so you could maybe like the things that they felt was weak or whatever that you could make it better, and so the next time around when you come with it, you're like, here's this fucking awesome thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's how my novel
got punched when I said that.
That's how my novel got good eventually, because I had people read it and give me feedback. So yeah,
look at that.
And the other thing that I was going to mention really quickly is that on Friday,
You're going to get down on Friday.
20 years ago this Friday, Stephanie asked me out.
Oh, isn't that just adorable?
So 20 years we've been together.
After Valentine's Day.
Well, it's a long, drawn-out story where I...
well, yeah, I mean, you guys probably saved some bucks. I mean, you were in college at the time, right?
Yeah.
So you saved some bucks by not going out on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's. I had a play that was going on Valentine's Day, and I got a note from. Well, first I got a note.
Was this the one like the play that you did in college that John and I went to?
I don't know if you went to one that had a. It was a one act, so there was another play that it played along with. And then the next year I did one that was all by myself.
Okay, so that was the one that I went to.
Yeah, no, this was a one act that played alongside somebody else's play. And right before...
See, I've been supporting your goddamn play since the beginning.
You have. I owe you $150. No, $1.50 or $150?
$150. What the fuck?
Shit. It's not like that's not like Lucy with her nickel.
Well,
right?
You have insurance now. Let's see if I can you can claim it. Just got to pay your copay.
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/185. And if you'd like to get in touch with us to tell me how I'm wrong about everything relating to fitness, or
try fitness in your mouth. You can email us at hot@clarkwoods.com. That's hot, HOT, at clarkwoods.com.
Or you can tweet us. I'm at ECC1977.
And I'm at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday. The word Tuesday, IS, the word is, and then the word loser, all mushed together as one word.
All one word.
Oh, what? You got more to say?
No, I don't think so.
What do you have to say, Poochie?